Good morning. I slept really good last night, obviously in a warm bed. All my stuff is dry, which is really good. I was a little bit worried that it might not all dry out overnight, and that gives me a lot of confidence going into today, especially waking up and there not being snow on the ground. I kind of thought there might be if it got really cold overnight, but we're looking pretty good, dry, and it's not too cold, probably a few degrees above freezing, which is nice. And we should know pretty quickly today whether it's going to be a no-go to continue on with the hike, because we're within the first 16 kilometers. We're getting up to 2,500 meters of elevation, which if there's going to be impassable snow, that's where it's going to start. Today's actually supposed to be sunny and get up to around 14-15 degrees, which would be nice, and then same for tomorrow. So I feel pretty good going into these sunnier, slightly warmer days with full dry gear and good night's sleep. It's a little bit foggy this morning, but I attribute that to the weather and it warming up a little bit. It's supposed to get up to 14-15 degrees Celsius today and be sunny, and same forecast for tomorrow. So even though it's supposed to be really cold tonight, I'm optimistic with those two forecasts that I can make it through the next few days and get to Jasper, as long as we don't encounter crazy amounts of snow at elevation. That's really the kicker here. So I've hit the Owen Creek trailhead, got a couple of stormtroopers guarding the way. We're gonna basically be following this creek up for over 1,000 meters of elevation gain, I think, and within that time period we should get an idea of whether snow is gonna be a factor. And then a little bit further on, once it kind of levels out a bit, we're gonna still keep gaining elevation and eventually hit the highest point on the Great Divide Trail, which should be pretty cool. It's around 2,600 meters of elevation. Yeah, really curious to see what snow is going to be like, but also I've experienced in snow, so as long as it's not post-holing super deep, then we should be okay. A little bit of snow. We've hit about 22,000 meters of elevation, so should be interesting to see what we hit at 2,600. So we followed the creek all the way from the highway. We're gonna keep following it up and then over that pass right there, Owen Pass. No trail, just heading right up there. Sheep hanging out there. Hello. Couple more just lounging up there. So not as much snow as I thought there might be. We'll still see. We're on the south facing slope, so this kind of stuff melts quicker. We'll see what things are like on the north side. Fun little meetups. I ran into two other GDT thru hikers this morning. So they're heading to Pinto Lake, just 10 kilometers before the campsite I'm aiming to stop at, but I might end up going to Pinto Lake as well. Makes tomorrow a 50-kilometer day, but if there's a lot of snow up here, then Pinto Lake's at a little bit of a lower elevation, so it'd be a nicer spot, and it's just a beautiful lake. Made it up onto Owen Pass. Definitely some snow, several centimeters, a few inches. It is beautiful up here. Really glad I have my sunglasses, otherwise my eyes would be getting fried right now. I'm just gonna have a little lunch break, see if the other GDTers catch up, say hello, and then we're heading pretty quickly to the highest point on the GDT, which I think maybe over there. You can just see Claire and her dad right there coming down the slope, just for some perspective at how big this alpine area is. So made it up onto the tallest part of the Great Divide Trail. It's Karen right here. Just met Norm and Tyson, which was awesome. They're hiking the other direction, looking for some sheep. Really nice guys. And we're gonna be continuing down that way over that pass. Views are pretty spectacular up here, especially with the snow. So the plan from here is to drop down into this valley and then start cutting across through these trees, then up into the alpine, and then over that pass right there. Just taking a little break. My left shin really hurts, kind of just above the ankle. Yeah, it's really sore, and hopefully it goes away after a good night's sleep, but kind of worrisome. Might need to stay at Pinto Lake tonight just from a body recuperation standpoint. I was thinking coming down that slope of the people that I met so far today, and one of them, Claire, has hiked the Continental Divide Trail. So that's the trail that goes south through the U.S., basically along the Continental Divide of the U.S., so the extension of the Great Divide Trail. And those through hikes are 4 months long. And I was thinking that with the Great Divide Trail being like 30 to 60 days, you don't really switch off as easily, I guess, is where my mind went. Something with the GDT is like, I'm thinking of home, I'm close to home. I haven't really kind of detached myself and fully given myself over to the trail and through hike, I guess. And I think that's something that's, I don't really know if it's holding me back, but it's definitely just a factor in my mindset. And I kind of had a switch this morning when I was walking, and that's what kind of triggered this. Was I felt like my determination kicked in. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna finish this thing. It's gonna take a lot to not. I feel like to this point I've kind of been looking for excuses to maybe dip out because I have missed home, but yeah, I had a switch today, and I was like, you know what, this is it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get this done. I'm gonna finish the Great Divide Trail, and it's gonna feel good. And I think I may have to detach a little bit from home in order to do that, and kind of just give myself over more to the trail. And yeah, you guys who have hiked the really long trails, 4 months, if there are any of you out there watching, let me know if that's something that you've gone through, if it's easier to do if you've done like 2 to month long trips, if it's easier to do on the longer ones because you know you're gonna be gone for 4 months. That's just kind of where my mind has been the last little bit, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. From the other side, there's the highest point on the GDT right there. We came down through here, bloop bloop bloop, and then up this way. Beautiful valley. We're heading up to the pass. But I need some time off from that emotion. Gotta pick my heart up off the floor. But love comes down without devotion. Da, 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 da. Made it up onto Pinto Pass. Woo! This pass actually feels better than the other two, even though the last one was the highest elevation. These were a grind. I think partly due to my shin injury, but also just the elevation. Like these are the highest passes that I think we encountered the entire trip. So, whew. But those views, they're awesome. Oh, hello, Karen. Fancy seeing you here. Woo! I've made it to the beautiful Pinto Lake and have a decision to make by the time I get around to the other side of the lake. Do I want to camp here tonight after 30 kilometers of hiking and then make tomorrow a 50-kilometer day? Or do I want to kind of get dinner going, eat dinner here, and then hike another 9-10 kilometers to the next campsite so that tomorrow is not a 50-kilometer day? playing into this in a big part is my shin. It's pretty sore. So on one hand, I could rest it today, not put as much mileage on it. But then on the other hand, that leaves a really big day tomorrow. So if it is still hurting tomorrow, I don't think I can safely do a 50-kilometer day. So tough choice. I got 1.5 kilometers to figure that out, because yeah, it's a tough decision. Not making it easy is how phenomenal of a lake this is, and I'd be able to get to go for a nice little swim. So I made it to the main Pinto campground. Really nice. Some campfire, some awesome people hanging around here, but I'm probably going to eat dinner and then keep going. Do a little bit of stretching today just because I don't want to do a 50-kilometer day tomorrow. But we'll check out some of the views because this lake is amazing. So the sun is starting to set. It's 8:30 right now. It'll probably be set in half an hour here, especially since we're in the mountains. So I'm still probably an hour away from the spot that I know there's somewhere to camp. And yeah, if I find something sooner, I'll probably take it just to avoid night hiking, but might need to night hike a little bit. We'll see. Some pictographs on this rock, which is really cool and means we're a few kilometers from the planned campsite. I made it, and it's still a little bit light out. This is a nice little camp spot. Very hard to spot from the trail the way I was coming, but glad I got it. I'm gonna just set my tent up, grab some water, and head to bed because got another big day tomorrow, and I'm pretty pooped after today. Luckily, the snow thing all worked out. I was worried about nothing, but honestly, like when you're up here and there's snow and it's cold and you're not ready for it, that's a recipe for disaster. So I'm glad everything worked out, and today was a good day. Yeah, I got to the highest point of the GDT, which is awesome. Yeah, just a good day. Good night, guys. A little bit concerning is the fact that my left shin ankle is a lot more swollen than my right one. You can see just all over there. That's concerning. Hopefully it goes down by morning and it was just some aggravation and there's not like a stress fracture or something in there.